Well, in case you guys couldn't see in the last little scene there before I got out, I got griefed. I'm going to assume I wasn't even looking behind me. I was busy talking, and I'm going to go on the assumption though that it was an Oppressor Mark II that shot me out of the sky. Now I still had another plane left over, so by me closing the app, I will lose a half bar out of the 5 bars of supplies. Something that can get refilled in about 15 minutes. That's fine. I'd rather lose a half bar than all 5 bars. And I also did not want to give the guy the luxury of getting a kill on me. He did shoot, and you have missile lock-on jammers, but only if you have a passenger in the thing, which I did not. I'm not staying in this lobby. So I'm in a 9-person lobby, and I got griefed halfway through selling the stuff on my own. That is why I'm not going to miss old GTA Online, because I won't have this issue. If I'm selling on my own, I definitely want to be in a lobby by myself. Yeah, you get a larger profit if you're selling in a lobby with other people. You get bonuses. The larger the lobby, more bonuses. I mean, per person. If you only have 1 or 2 other people, it's only like 2,000. But if you have something crazy like a 30-person lobby and you're selling, and you're by yourself and there's 29 other people, you're getting something like 4,000 a person. I mean, when I got griefed a couple of days ago selling that $1 million bunker, you're supposed to get 1,050,000 for a bunker, and I got 1.29 million, almost 1.3 million basically. So that's $240,000 additionally on top of the the money that I made from the sale itself. It is worth it to sell in large lobbies if you can get the stuff delivered quickly and avoid griefers. And if you're driving in an insurgent and you're getting griefed, you don't have to worry. But if you're driving a seaplane and you get locked onto and they fire, it's over. I mean, I was willing to see how long they locked on for a good minute trying to decide, should I grief them, should I grief them, and then they did. And as soon as they locked on, there's nowhere I can go. I can't lose it. I mean, the best way to lose a lock-on missile is to go in circles, but that seaplane's just too slow. I would get destroyed anyway. And then they would get an easy kill on top of that. So not only did they grief me, but their KD goes up on me. No, 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 you're not getting me, buddy. I'm quitting as soon as I get a chance. If I can get a quick shot off on them, yeah. Otherwise, I'm quitting quick, because at that point I only have 1 plane left, and if somebody decides to go and grief me and destroy that last plane, then I've only delivered 8 out of 15. It's over. You can't really reset um, if they destroy your last product. As long as there's some product left, you can close app and you'll get it all back. So I'm in a 9-person lobby and I get griefed. It's like you can't win in this game. Like pretty much, unless you're in a lobby with like 3 people, 2 people, you're not going to be able to deliver on your own reliably. There's always going to be times where you're just going to have to keep your hand on the close app trigger, because it's only going to be a minute at a time before they come after you. It cuts into the profits, but at the same time, I don't really care. I've I've made my bank at this point. I just want to get as much of my money out of it as possible, because I do buy supplies. I mean, let's face facts, buying supplies is just worlds easier. I mean, it's also more profitable if you do it the right way. Yes, buy supplies. Not a problem. But take that time that you would have used to steal supplies and put it to good use making money and other things. Go to your agency and do a VIP mission. Source a car, sell it. Um, me ever since the GTA 5 version came out and they actually made the nightclub viable so that you can make money, you know, legally. When the game first started, when Nightclub first started, I should say, I kept the popularity full, even though you were only getting 10,000 a day for a full thing, and then it was on a sliding scale, so you would get less if it wasn't at 5 full bars. And you used to have to do each mission, popularity mission, would only get you a half a bar of popularity. So you pretty much had to constantly work at keeping your popularity bar up. And I did this, and I was making no money off of it. But I kept doing it because I liked seeing my the auto shut off on this mic is just ridiculous. I like seeing it full. So I was putting a lot of effort in and making almost no money off of the popularity. Eventually, just like everybody else, I got bored of it and stopped doing it. It was the same missions over and over again. So my popularity went down to 0. I didn't care. Oh, you, I missed. Bang. 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 On fire. But with this new update, when it came to PS5 and expanded and enhanced, they made it worth it. And we're getting 50,000 and less on a sliding scale. It was they upped the pay by 5 times. And a while ago, they stopped doing half bars for successful popularity missions. They were giving you full bars. They did that like a year or two ago, but they were still only giving you $10,000 payout, so it wasn't worth it. The only time I ever did it is when somebody new was coming into the game. I wanted to show them my nightclub for the first time. They see the nightclub, they have to see it with a full house, you know. I've already won the car this week, so I'm not doing the car thing. We count to 4 and spin for the car. I'll take that. That'll make up for the profit I lost on the cocaine. Yeah, so I started getting involved in the nightclub thing again because it's just worth it. I mean, you can get quick 100,000 here, quick 100,000 there. There's always money just waiting in that thing for you, and you just have to do one mission every time that you go there to fill it back up. As long as you keep it,
the network.
as long as you keep it close to full at all times, you're going to make a ton of money legally in a nightclub. So. It's worth it. This is a good source of income that offsets you buying supplies. Roof. Haven't been here in a while, huh? The fall off is ridiculous. Like, it goes from 50,000, but by the time you get down to 4 bars, it's only worth like 24,000. I don't get raided. Lord knows if I go into the MC business, I'll probably get raided somewhere. So, yeah, look at that. We're packed, but we're not full house.
end of the day, nothing beats a bit of physical...
Fly posters. This used to be when the nightclub first came out, before you were able to get your oppressor, because I mean it was an expensive proposition. You had to buy the expensive nightclub, then you had to buy the expensive terabyte, and then and only then can you go and buy the expensive oppressor and then expensively upgrade it. So when I was first doing these missions in the beginning, I was doing this with a Deluxo or a Buzzard. It makes it a little bit harder, not impossible, but especially because I didn't know the route really to take, you know. So I would, it'd just take me forever to get it done. It's just much easier to do with the oppressor nowadays. I never mess with people unless they mess with me first. Just a rule. I don't like getting griefed, so why am I going to go and grief other people? Come on, dude. Really? Don't do it. I really didn't feel like having a fight in the middle of a mission, but I was going to. Unlike with the seaplane. Fight back here. My rule of thumb nowadays when it comes to these type of missions, whether it's here, whether it's selling and you're going to multiple places, I always start from left to right. I mean, don't be afraid to deviate from your left to right. If you see something closer, obviously hit it up so that you don't have to come back for it. So, for the most part, you go left to right. You're going to cover ground mostly the way that they need for you to cover it. I mean, again, there's going to be times where there's going to be something closer, but maybe it's more right, so maybe you deviate off the path and then go back to the left. Your best bet is always just to cover as little ground as possible when you're doing this. You know, basically hit these things, you know, efficiently, so you're not wasting all your time, you know, doing these missions. Crisscrossing and going back, it's just a waste of time. I hate doing that. I could hit those three on the way up here. opening up the larger mini-map by double tapping on the down on the D-pad. It's also helpful, so you'll see which one's coming out first. I mean, from this little tiny map, they all look equidistant, same distance, but they are not. So I'm going to go for this one first. Just takes forever to get down. So yeah, anyway, we're going to be able to call to source special crates from your I'm going to go for this one first. 'Cause you'll be able to call and source special crates without having to go to the office, which is a good thing. You'll be able to call Tony to do your popularity missions, so you won't have to actually be at the nightclub to have to spawn the missions. But there's also another thing that you can do now. You're going to be able to do with the nightclubs, and that's call and source crates for your illegal business, which until now has just been a passive thing. You have not been able to actually, with the exception of business battles, you haven't been able to affect it. It just moves at its own pace. As long as you max out your upgrades for staff and machine upgrades, you're going to make stuff as fast as it was capable of being made. Then they came out with the business battles, and you can make some extra cashola, make a little make the underground business and the nightclub fill up a little faster. Oh, I hate when that happens. Now, you're going to be able to call a guy and source crates like it was any other business, and fill it up even faster. I would definitely be down for that. It sounds to me, out of the four, that the best one is going to be the calling the nightclub guy, because there's going to be another guy, I think his name's Yanni or something like that, that's going to we'll be able to fill up your nightclub business much faster and sell it for a much bigger profit, I would assume, much quicker. Like, I'll be down to constantly do those things if you can. I'm sure there's going to be a cool down period between them, but as long as it's not too huge, it would be great to turn, a business where you maybe only made like 500,000 every, couple of times that you got on. You're gonna have to like make $1 million every time you got on if you want, if you want to put the effort into it, and they allow you to. I would do that. The motorcycle club business. Oh yeah, that reminds me. That's something to do. And a couple of things about the motorcycle club business. You're going to be able to use your biker bar. It's actually going to be open to the public, and you're going to be able to treat it like a little mini nightclub. You have to do missions to keep the alcohol flowing. So you have to go out and steal kegs, probably from people up in the woods or something. I don't know. Sounds interesting, though. It's another little mini business, so to speak. You'll also be able to upgrade and sell bikes from your MC club house. It sounds to me a lot like if you have an auto shop It sounds to me like that's what you're doing. You're gonna put the upgrades on that the customer wants, and then you're gonna go sell it to the customer. Only instead of sending your lackeys to go do it, you might have to go do it yourself. And I don't know. The auto shop upgrade stinks. You make very little to no money off of it. You invest like 30,000, you make 45,000. You invest like 55,000, you make 80,000. It's like almost nothing. It's just not worth it. And then for each dent or dink that the NPCs put into it, that's less money that you're making on the back end. Sometimes only making like 12,000 off of that. It's like I'm putting like effort into upgrading the car, and then I have to wait like 10 minutes just to see that I make like almost nothing off of it. So it's just not worth it. But I'm going to do it anyway here, at least try it out, just to see what it's like. I don't like this this mic sticking out like this. It's not really a showroom piece. I gotta put it in the back. Better. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's going to make a lot of money on that end, but the biker bar, which is upstairs on this one, some of them are just one floor, some of them are 2 floors. I got one of the 2-floor ones. This is the most expensive biker bar in the game, mainly because of where it is. There's only 2 different types. There's one that has stairs and one doesn't. I've seen both in cheaper places than this, so that's kind of cool that it has money kind of littered around. I feel like there should be more money littered around, but whatever. And my CEO office is swimming in money. But yeah, so I guess this place is going to be opened up. There's going to be more people in here. It's going to be kind of like the nightclub with a bunch of NPCs. And this lady's going to need me to help her out. Lady, you've been standing here for years, serving mainly me and a couple of my friends. You've had it easy until now. I think it's time that we have that talk and just let you know that things are going to get a little bit busier around here. We're going to need you to pull your weight. Okay, it's good talk. Yeah, keep up the good work, I want to say. So yeah, I don't know, making money off of this. I could see it being like a same sort of thing, like the legal business and nightclub, where you can make like probably not 50,000 a day, but maybe like 25, 30. I don't know. We'll see what they do. I don't think it's going to be worth as much. The special cargo thing, like unless you have 111 crate cargo, I was thinking about buying one. Maybe I will. I'm going to see what the update has in store first. I only have a small cargo warehouse. It was the very first business I bought. I had a 16 crate. That's all the money I had. Was like, cost me like 200,000. It was everything that I owned at that time. I made a lot of money off of that. It allowed me to eventually buy my bunker, and my vehicle warehouse was bought off of that special cargo warehouse. So yeah, it was very slow going for a long time there, but I made it happen. I never went and bought one of those large cargo warehouses because I hated doing it for 16. Just filling 16, which is basically 6 missions, 5 missions of 3 and 1 mission of 1. I just hated doing it. So, like, I couldn't imagine having to fill 111 crates, 3 at a time. It's just take forever. But I don't know, if they make it easier, maybe I'll do it. It is profitable. You have to put some money into it, but you get so much money out of it. 2.24 million, I think, for a full one. But you have to buy 3 crates at a time at 18,000 a crate. So I'm sure that those profits are eaten into, but you still probably make like 1.4 million in profit, 1.5 million, something around there. Uh, I don't know if it's worth it or not. You offset that also with the special items that they give you periodically. Uh, those are kind of worth it. I heard people say that they buy a small cargo warehouse just for the special items, so that it doesn't interfere with their large cargo warehouses. I don't know. I'll see if it's easier, and that might make it more worth it if it is easier. Maybe that'll be the best one. But just based on this thing, you're going to have every day in front of your cargo warehouse. You're going to have a vehicle that you could deliver to the docks with full of special cargo and get a bonus every day for doing it. I don't know if it matters if you own a 16 one or a 111 one. I mean, if you get more money, maybe it'll be worth it to get the 111 one. We shall see. I'll do some research into it before I buy it. Same thing with gun running. They're going to have a special delivery of guns that you're going to deliver to a random ammunition every day for a bonus. So those two will be worth it also. Another little side mission that they're going to do with a nightclub is you're going to have vagrants or drunk people in the club. You're going to have to kick them out. And there's going to be special VIPs that are passed out. You're going to have to discreetly sneak them out and bring them back to their residence or wherever they're staying or wherever they're going next. All of it sounds fun. The nightclub one sounds really fun. The gun running, not as much because I've already finished my research, and that's a big part of what they're giving you in the gun running. Although doing the random ammunition run every day, I'll do that. I'm down for that. The motorcycle, I don't know. Selling the motorcycle sounds exactly like the auto shop, but just with motorcycles. I don't know if that's worth it or not. But, I don't know. The bar thing sounds fun, but again, doesn't sound like a lot of money. It doesn't sound like making a ton of money. But I will definitely visit this place more often. This is the first time I've stepped foot in here. For something other than bringing these motorcycles that I had downstairs. When I ran out of room in my garage, I had to take any motorcycles out and put them over here. I already had a few in here, but this is now my official place where I show off my motorcycles. I got the Reaver. This is from the contract. Somebody told me this was the fastest bike in the game, even faster than. Oh, I have one motorcycle that's not here. I have every house, car, and motorcycle. The one motorcycle. The Hakachu Drag. They are all under one roof at the agency. I wanted to keep all my house cars together, and that includes that motorcycle, so that's why it's not here. But they said that is the fastest motorcycle in the game. They said supposedly this was faster. I don't see it. We took it for a test drive versus a drag, and the drag just beat the pants off me. So I don't know what this guy was telling me, but it's a nice bike. Regardless, I like it. I just don't see. I mean, it's like a $3 million bike, and I probably won't drive it around too much because it's slow compared to the drag. Then we got the Thrust. I just like the way it looked. I don't know why I got this one. I might have won it. I don't buy a lot of motorcycles. If I bought it, it was because a friend told me to get it for something. This was like the one and only motorcycle I owned forever. I bought it very early on in the game. I found out that it was like for 18,000. It's only an $18,000 bike. This is like a $1.8 million bike, and with all the upgrades, it costs like over like $2.5 million. That one, 18,000. 4 bar, 5 bar, a little over 4 bar, 5 bar. This bike costs millions more, and this bike is almost as fast as it. $18,000. Well worth it. It was a good bike. For that price, it was worth having. So, forever and a day, that was my only bike. Like whenever my Oppressor Mark II got destroyed, I would call this thing in, because you know how you go to call in your Oppressor Mark II. If it was destroyed, it would just go to the very next vehicle that you have as a motorcycle. So I was driving this thing around a lot, waiting for Mors Mutual to come through with my recovery. This thing, when it came out, I bought it. I don't know why. It stinks. It has no handle. I mean, it literally goes one direction straight. Do not turn left or right with it. You're gonna die every time. And never drive it. Expensive. This thing was one of the mystery surprises off the wheel. Just won it recently, actually. It's a motorcycle. It gets called as a motorcycle. It's kind of crazy. I upgraded the crud out of it. It's actually fun to drive around when it's fully juiced instead of whatever the NPC version is. Anyway, we need to I never bought for this place the motorcycle shop to upgrade motorcycles. I never bought it because I would either just take them to LS Customs, or if later on when I have my executive garage, I would take it there. Now you could do it at the agency, you could do it at house, you could do it every place. There was zero reason to own a biker mod shop, because you can only work on bikes in it. On top of that, it's just the worst. It just makes no sense. But now there is a reason. Now, if you put the custom bike shop in here, next Tuesday they're going to put in the free upgrade that's going to allow you to sell bikes out of your bike shop. Again, it sounds just like the auto shop. If it's exactly like the auto shop, you're going to make little to no profit off of it. So, but still, I am always down to buy something new for new content, new missions, do something different in the game. We'll test it out. And it doesn't hurt to have a bike shop in here, especially now that I'm keeping all my motorcycles in here, at least until I fill up, what is it, 10? I think you only get 10. Looks a little different now. Shoot. I didn't know it was there. What was there before? It was just a wall, right? My guy.
Sorry. We're cool, right?
Oh. No, 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 no. Modify my vehicle.
Sup? I'm still here, you know? Whoa! You been treating yourself at the bike shop? And take your time.
I did
I'm not all
everything.
day. Decisions, decisions. Be safe, y'all.
Alright, so it's all upgraded. So now we're ready here. When the business comes in on Tuesday, we'll put it right in. Boop, boop, boop. So yeah, I brought these vehicles there, I don't know, pretty recently, like 6 months ago. Before that, the last time I was here, years, like, the only reason I would ever come here is to show new people, you know. Otherwise, what's the purpose? Why come here? It's like, I didn't make any money. I never did any of the missions. I maybe did like 2 or 3 of them actually. They're not profitable. Each one is only worth like 12 to 15,000. It's like, even if you want to do missions, it's just more profitable missions that you can do than motorcycle club work. So, you don't make your money in the motorcycle business at the motorcycle club. You make it at all the individual businesses. It just never gave you a purpose to go back, you know. So I didn't. And it's crazy too. I bought the most expensive MC Club warehouse back when I didn't have money, just because I wanted to do something different, you know. I wanted the most expensive something. So I got the most expensive MC clubhouse. It's in the city. And it's worthless. Until now. I mean, now it's going to be more worth it. And it is close to, you know, a lot of my other businesses in this area. In this area, I've got, obviously here, my the Arcadius building, my CEO. I got my arcade. I got the weed. I got the motorcycle club. I got the agency. I got my auto shop. all in a very small circle. Then you move out to the other side of the Vinewood sign, and I've got another small cluster of all my businesses, all in close proximity. My cocaine, my meth, my cash creation, and my bunker. They're all close to each other. It's beautiful. Funny if they put one of them out in Fleet Bay or something. Sandy Shores. These things might be on sale next week too, you know, because like the whole purpose of this update is to get people interested in the old businesses again. So they're adding missions to the resupply, which, you know, I'm never going to do, but also other ways to make it easier, especially maybe for new players who don't have the MC terminal, Master Control terminal, to access these things easier without having to go to the offices. These all are quality of life improvements, unless you own a terabyte or an arcade, in which case it's not that much of an improvement. Still, you know, if they make it easier to fill these things up, I might be willing to try to buy one. Yike. I said these two are the best. Stay rest. Reddit says these two are the best. 2.6 million and 3 point something million. No way. There's no way. Too low down there. A lot of people said that they got these two because they're close to each other, so you can just park a terabyte between them. How is that almost as much as the most expensive one? So this one's ideal because every mission is within a 2-mile radius. I don't see myself. I don't know. I don't see myself doing it. I mean, you can make your profit back in like 2 sales. So you'll already pay for the thing and then some, you know. So maybe. I don't know.
week, boss?
This most expensive skin. It cost $1 million. All to make the floor shiny. It took me a very long time to have $1 million to literally blow on buying an office design just because of the mirrored floor, basically. But I really wanted it. And now it's filled with crap. Knockoff electronics and cash everywhere, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, having spendable income to the tune of $1 million in this game takes a very long time. Yeah, you can have $1 million in this game early on. That doesn't mean you should be spending it on a skin for an office that you're not in that often, you know? That's just a big waste, especially when you need a car, or an apartment, or a gun. You can't afford, you know, this bourgeois stuff that I really wanted. Eventually I got it, obviously, but it did take me a while. I remember looking at it quite a few times and saying, someday, man, I'm gonna have that. And now I have it. I don't care. I never even come here.
Oh,
I don't
hi.
even remember if I changed her style, but I don't really like it. I think her style changes with the floor type.
What can I do for you? As soon as you've decided, I'll get the Pegasus rep to prepare the vehicle.
It's funny. You gotta pay.
Did I mention
You have to
that I
pay
have
for
an
your own
MBA?
vehicles. It's
Hi there.
ridiculous.
Bye.
Office decor.
Don't ever tell me I'm not on brand.
I'm not gonna lie. After having that shiny $1 million office for so long, I wouldn't mind seeing something new here. That is nice.
Our fearless leader.
This has changed here. What does it say?
Don't I just look the part?
Okay, so this part changed. Floor's the same. Decor's a little brighter. The vintage. She looks like a flapper girl. I remember this. I'm not a huge fan. I'm usually a big sucker for vintage stuff too. This is not very vintage.
It's the general.
I think I should wear new gloves.
You thought about giving me some shares, boss? Look at me, all dressed up and nowhere to go.
Ooh, story of my life. Okay, so nothing's really changed in here except for these walls. It's alright. I'm definitely not used to seeing an office this empty. Where's all the money everywhere? Executive Rich. Hmm. I don't see it.
Remember, I'll do anything as long as it's legal. Ish.
That was close. I almost accidentally bought it because I was trying to run faster. I forgot. Pretty sure this is the default skin, actually. Yeah, I think it's the default skin. I like this. I like the tape. I like the TV stand. Thank you.
What's cooking? Let me know.
I just like seeing how the girl changes. I definitely like her with the flapper stuff. Power.
You're looking very sharp, boss.
I don't like her looking like an executive. Ooh, I do like this long ass carpet though. Brings something to the room. I wish there were more customization options. Like if I could like take a couple of
You're
things
looking good.
and add them to my current one, I'd be down. You know, like that rug, say for instance. Who knows? Maybe with next gen they'll do that. Although, knowing Rockstar, they won't. They can only give you so much stuff. Well, that's another thing that they're doing. They're adding one house car.
I'm ready to go
They're
on this
adding
end.
2 Amani Tech cars, and they're adding customizations for all cars, including expansions to Benny's and other customization options. It's beautiful. Something new to do, especially your car. There's only so much that you could do to cars to make them stand out compared to other people's, you know? I don't know. I like the slats in the ceiling. It's a little simplistic for 910,000. I mean, that's the best one, for sure. I never noticed the slats until now. I guess they've always been there, they just have them in black. They don't stand out as much. I never noticed the lighting up here either. Well, maybe I did. I've seen it on the floor, actually. Just never looked to where it came from, what the source was. Almost silly Billy. I don't know. I don't know. I am going to...
I'm here for you, boss. 100%.
I'm going to take a shot. Because I'm pretty much fried right now. I'm tired. It's a long day at work. It's going to be a long weekend. I'll take a shot and see if they'll give me the one-person truck. See, there's a couple of different missions that you can do for the weed. With the one-person truck cell missions, like I said, they usually involve either 3 or 4 vehicles, except for one. That one being the truck mission, where they put everything into one truck and you just have to drive it 2.5, 3 miles to the location. For the weed business, though, there are two one-truck missions. There is one special mission that they do. What the hell? Do I even want to try to sell? Look at this. Nah, it's nonsense. I was going to try to see if I can get the one-truck mission that's specific to just that mission and no other mission. When you do the weed mission, sometimes it'll say, hey, we got you a driver for your truck, but he's so baked he can't drive anymore, so can you drive him? Sure, it's got all my supplies in it, I might as well. As soon as you get in, he was like, hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, what's up, dude? You want a hit of this? Before you know it, you're high as freak. You're trying to drive this thing, and they specifically, like, you could drive under the influence, you know, you can go and smoke some weed in your agency or your apartment and go right outside and drive pretty normally. But they get you baked off of this stuff, and so you can't drive correctly. Like, the car is constantly, you know, veering left and veering right. They want you to get caught by the cops, though, because eventually that triggers the next part of the thing. The cops are chasing you with a 2 or 3 star wanted level. You could call them off with Lester, but they're just going to get right back on you because you're driving erratically. So your best bet is to just drive through it, and then at a certain point you just have to lose them. So you just go up into the mountains, lose them, come back down, deliver, hopefully without getting the cops back on you again, and then you know, like 30 seconds after you get out of the truck, you're finally off the weed and you can walk and do other stuff. It's a funny mission. It's an easy mission to do. I mean, usually. Usually the mission's less than 2 miles away. So it's another quick and easy mission, but that doubles your chances. You know. I would say it's like a 10% chance of pulling a truck mission on MC businesses. So if each of them are 10%, I don't know, though they add this extra mission in, maybe it's only 9% for each of them. So it's like an 18% chance maybe of, or 16%, 18%. It's a bigger percent chance that you're going to pull a one truck mission, which is, you know, what every solo seller dreams of. The ability to sell one truck, meaning that you don't have to worry about leaving supplies behind, or product behind rather, that can be easily destroyed by like these knuckleheads here that almost blew me up, blowing each other up. And they're still there. They're only like a block away from my weed, so I don't want to get the mission and then start driving and then have somebody launch an compressor missile at me and blow it up. I've already had one briefer ruin a cell mission for me tonight. I mean, I could probably go back and sell that. But if it's 4, it's a good idea. Even if it's 1, I don't think it's a good idea. Because people are just killing each other, and eventually they're going to bring out bigger, badder weapons. And even if they don't mean to kill me, I could get killed in the crossfire. You're firing a bunch of compressor missiles. I'm in close proximity. It's good as going. I did accomplish my mission. My main mission was to come on here and get an idea of what the prices were for large cargo warehouses, so I won't be, won't have to deal with that when the DLC comes out. I already know. Like, I can see myself buying either the most expensive one there, the furniture one, whatever it is, the middle one for 3.5 mil, or buying the Vinewood backlot for 2.135 mil, I think it was. It all depends. I mean, yeah, it would probably be a little harder to fill up the Vinewood one, but people do say it's in a pretty good location, and for that price, you can't beat it. So it's going to be one of those two. I'm not going to be going whole hog like some of these large cargo warehouse guys do. They get the two and they're just constantly spamming back and forth between them. I'm not devoting my life to... I don't need money like that in this game. I got everything. If it was earlier in my GTA life, yeah, I probably would have done it. I probably would have, to maximize my profit and buy a bunch of different things that I now already own. I might have grinded that way instead of grinding the way that I grind, which is, you know, selling solo missions and stuff. I don't know. I don't know which one would be easier for a single person, you know? I do know that filling 111 boxes or 222 boxes is crazy impossible. I had a friend that had 111 cargo warehouse, large warehouse, and I would help him fill it up every once in a while, and only until I couldn't take it anymore, you know? I'd do like 2 or 3 missions with him, and I'd be like, can we go do something else now? I'm done with this. And, you know, he's appreciative that I'm helping, but at the same time, he also realizes that I am not going to sit there and do 35 to 40 missions to fill this thing up. I'm not doing that. I'm not that guy, pal. I'm not going to, because there's almost nothing in it for you to be a CEO associate too. Although they said they're going to add more pay to the associate and bodyguard payouts, which will be good, because the only thing that you make as a CEO is a bonus for keeping your CEO alive, like 5,500 every few minutes. It's like nothing. It's virtually worthless. So not only are you not making anything as a CEO, but you're making zero helping to sell and everything. It's like almost nothing. It's pretty worthless. I'm not saying that I do it for the profit. A lot of times I do it for you know, friend support and stuff like that. But no friend should ask his friend to do 35 special cargo missions to fill up a large warehouse. It's just, unless you're doing it and you guys are offsetting, you know, we'll do mine for 3, we'll do yours for 3, we'll do mine for 3. Maybe. But yeah, no. So I'm just not going to fill the thing. I don't see myself torturing people by asking them to help me. I don't see myself doing it on my own too often. I would do it enough times to pay it off and maybe make a little bit of a profit. But if they make it real easy to do, maybe when I'm bored, like I'll call and do a couple of crates here and there. Before you know it, I'll have it filled up again. You know, over a month or 2, or whatever. You know, it'd be a good thing to do when there's nothing else to do, I guess. Money would be worth it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. There's only 11 people in here, but I can't sell because griefers. Anyway. I think time is up. It's almost 5 in the morning for me. I'm just tired. I'm gonna hang them up. We shall reconvene soon. Like Tuesday, I will be broadcasting. I have my day off. I'll be coming in. I'd love to do it with some of my friends, but they all work. They don't work on the weekends, but I'm not waiting until the weekend to broadcast. So I'll probably do a solo mission, see parkour. I'll probably do a solo run, see how everything works. Although Rockstar has been pretty on point with explaining stuff to us, like what's coming, so forth and so on. I feel like got a good grasp on it. I think I pretty much explained most of the bigger things that are coming. Obviously, there's more missions. They're going to do the IAA missions so that you're going to become a CIA agent. You're going to stop the high gas prices from happening. You're going to fight the Duggins yet again. You know, guys that were messing with us at the casino for some reason. They're back. So there's that. I mean, you could do those solo, I read, but I'm not doing them solo. I'll do those with friends. So I probably won't do those on Tuesday. I might do them Tuesday night when my friend gets off of work. That wouldn't be until late. So I could see myself just coming in and seeing how the mechanics of the thing work now. You know, now that you're going to have a lobby to yourself and selling, you know, like how that'll work, and see what cars are available. We'll do some car upgrades. We'll I don't know, I heard that there was going to be another garage available also, or 2 garages. So I don't know if those will be attached to. Maybe those will be attached to something. Maybe to do the IAA things you have to buy yet another business. Who knows? I'm well prepared. I made virtually no money tonight. I only spent money. So that's fine. I got what I needed. I got plenty of money to make it through the next DLC. I've got products sitting right underneath. I've got products sitting at the weed. Just unfortunately, I just don't want to deal with these griefers. I don't want to take the 1 in 10 chance that I'm, you know, or the 9 in 10 chance that I'm not going to get the truck here. So I was thinking about doing it, and I was like, if it fails, I'll just close out. But I already did that once.